I took this month's Fab Free for the Month asset and turned it into a lighting show. To make it really uncomfortable, I only gave myself 4 hours. Today, I want to break down how I went from this to this. The process, the challenges, and the key takeaways. Because what's the point of a challenge if you aren't learning something from it? I'm Ryan. I'm a professional lighting designer with experience in TV, adverts, film, and live events. I have a proper Unreal addiction, and these experiments, they are my fix. Yeah! If you have an interest in Unreal Engine, live events, rendering, and how these worlds interact, you came to the right place. All right, enough about that. Let's get to it. I love exploring Unreal Engine's potential, thinking, what if, or could I? Case in point, look behind me. My latest challenge was taking a free for the month Fab asset and turning it into a lighting show. I've been itching to do this for quite some time, but also I have the tendency to polish or put things off. So the best workaround? Set a time limit. A harsh time limit of 4 hours to remove the option of overthinking and get it done. On paper, this already felt pretty bad. In this time, I would have to scout the project, find a suitable place for the stage, build the stage, place the fixtures, patch them to the lighting console, program, record a sequence with DMX, build a shot list, and press the render button. Rendering out the sequence didn't count towards the time. Let's move through the process quickly and pause where things are worth noting. I started by heading to Fab, claiming the Necropolis environment and importing it into my main DMX project, the same one I used in my DMX tutorial series. That project gave me a solid foundation straight off the bat. Once inside the environment, I scouted for a stage location. There were a lot of great options, but eventually I landed here. I rotated the moon for a stronger composition, locked in a rough stage layout, and built a large lighting structure to support the rig. Normally I'd start in Vectorworks with technical drawings, but there simply wasn't time. I built custom LED walls in Blender, mounted some on the truss, and placed another behind the door archway. I originally planned curved walls, but ended up dropping them. The environment itself was so nice, I didn't want to block the view. I did run into UV scaling issues on some of the LED elements. I know how to fix it, I just ran out of time. It cost me a bit of quality, but that's the nature of these challenges. For lighting, I used Robin mini points, 600 LED washes, and generic LED profiles. For large environmental washes, I used quick rects. These are Unreal Engine's rect lights I've linked using my custom Quick DMX asset pack, which I plan to release on Fab once it's ready. Points and washes handled the stage, and LEDs and quick rect lights handled the truss and the environment. On the control side, I used GrandMA.2 PC software. It gives you one free universe, which is perfect if you're learning at home and you want to try this type of project yourself. I created the patch and tried my best to squeeze out the most I can out of a single universe, and then mirrored that setup inside of Unreal Engine. Yes, I had to double patch a few fixtures. Maybe more than just a few. Programming was done to a track from Epidemic Sound. I paid close attention to the BPM and song changes for lighting changes. If you want to support the channel, I do have an affiliate link below for a free trial with Epidemic Sound. Once programmed, I recorded the DMX using Take Recorder, brought everything into level sequence, added the music track, built the camera cuts, and used the final minutes to drop in some of my 3D scans to ground the scene a bit more. When time was up, all that was left was to hit the render button. If you haven't seen the final result yet, you can find it up here. Quick note, if you're feeling inspired and want to play with this technology, I have dedicated tutorials on this channel. The DMX tutorial series will help you get the basics of connecting and controlling lights, and my 3D scans tutorial will help you bring real-life assets into Unreal Engine with the help of nothing more than your phone. Challenges. This part gets technical and serves as a reminder to me if I get stuck. Number 1, light function atlas issues. At some point, the light function atlas became a problem. Once enough lights are enabled, light spillage starts to happen, ruining the image. I started noticing this around Unreal 5.6. For now, a temporary fix that worked for me was the console command r.lightfunctionatlas.size equals 6. The default is usually 4. I incremented it until things stabilized. If someone smarter than me knows the real fix, I'd love to hear it. Just remember when you're rendering to add this to the movie render queue console variables. Number 2, blueprint errors in Fab assets. Assets from Fab are often built for games, not for cinematic renders. When rendering, I hit blueprint errors that forced me to stop and investigate. In this case, removing unused gameplay logic solved the issue without affecting the final result. That's one of the advantages of working non-interactively. You only need the render to work. Number 3, the project worked because I didn't start from scratch. Early on, doing everything manually is great for learning, but once you understand the system, working from a solid template is what lets you move fast. Work from scratch when your goal is learning, and work from templates you've built when the goal is productivity and getting things done quickly. So what's next? With the challenge done, the next one is already on the horizon. If time allows, I'd love to take part in the next Pornisher challenge again. Taking it on from a non-traditional 3D angle is eye-opening and exciting. I hope this video sparked something for you and makes you imagine, create, and see if it goes boom.